The project that we're going to work on today is called a mosaic. And what you're going to do is you are going to start out by drawing a picture on your paper. You're going to need either glue stick or liquid glue for this one, as well as you're going to need a pencil to draw your picture. Okay, and you're probably going to need some little pieces of colored paper, and you'll probably need maybe some scissors in a little bit. Okay. Get your picture drawn on your paper. Again, try to use, always try to use as much detail as possible. Detail makes it better. Yep, you're gonna need some scissors for this one. So draw your picture. Make sure you're using as much of the paper as possible when you do this, okay? Once you get it drawn, you're ready to start kind of separating out some little pieces. Decide what colors you're going to use for this, okay? My picture is a sunset picture. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out lots of reds, oranges. I'll have maybe a little bit of yellow and peach. And then I'll have maybe some purples in there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video where we add some paper to it. Okay. Because now we're ready. After we get some separated out, we're ready to go ahead and start adding the paper. Okay. And as you can see in the picture, I have already done the tree. Okay. And I had to cut this into much smaller pieces. The pieces are a little bit bigger, but that will allow you to cut them if you need to. Okay. You can cut as many times as you need to get it smaller and to make the shape that you need to fit in that space. So you can see I put some liquid glue on the branches and I glued down those little pieces first. Okay. Now I'm ready to start on the background of the sunset. And as you can see, some of the pieces are a little bit bigger for the space that I'm going to need. So what I'm going to have to do is cut them. And that's not a big deal. You can just cut it to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, that'll give you another piece to put in somewhere else. It's okay when you do this to leave little spaces in between. Mosaics, remember, are usually done with tile, like the tile that you have in your bathroom and your kitchen. And if you'll notice, there's grout in between that white stuff or colored stuff. In between, what that does is it provides a little bit of a space in between the tiles. So it's okay to have white spaces in between your little pieces of paper. That's totally acceptable for this project. Okay, so you're gonna put some liquid glue on there or some glue stick, whichever, and then you're gonna go ahead and attach the pieces. If the pieces get to be too big, it's okay to take your scissors and go ahead and trim them. That's perfectly fine. If it's too big, decide ahead of time though, before you get it all full of glue, because then you're going to get glue all over your scissors. Decide ahead of time and then go with your scissors and trim it to fit in the space. Okay. So you're just going to go ahead and glue them down. Like I said, it's totally okay to have that little white space in between. That's perfectly acceptable. Okay. And you'll just cut them to fit them in the spaces that you need. Okay. Take your time, use your best craftsmanship. Try not to overlap. Like I'm trying not to overlap the tree there because I want you to be able to see that. So I might have to cut the piece so that it doesn't overlap the tree. All right. And that's totally okay. Take your time, use your best craftsmanship. And what you're going to do is fill that whole paper with it. All right. Have fun.